Japan is a place that always produces some strange things, and the girl who is waiting for God is one of them. Yang Qian has been working in Japan for 3 months. After arriving, his friends in Japan mentioned to him that if he wanted to find a female companion, he could consider adopting a girl who is waiting for God. The full name of the girl who is waiting for God seems to be the girl who is waiting for God. For various reasons, such as family changes or girls who run away from home and live on the streets, the one who is willing to take them in and provide them with food and lodging is the God they are waiting for. Yang Qian's friend told her that the adopter cannot ask the girl who is waiting for God to do anything. That is, they cannot use food and lodging as a threat to force them to do anything they don't want to do, such as asking them to clean the house, or do what men want to do. Yang Qian couldn't understand this. To put it bluntly, finding a female companion is nothing more than wanting to relieve the spiritual loneliness and vent the physical desires. But they can't do anything, and they have to provide them with food and lodging. What's the difference between that and finding a burden for yourself? Isn't this a pure injustice? It would be better to go to a Japanese sex shop to vent. At least you can get the service you want for the money. Qian's friend laughed at her superficiality, saying that adopting a girl who is waiting for God is like the small butter produced in Japan. It's just that there is no progress bar for the strategy in real life. In the game, when the strategy level is 0, you can't do anything to the girl, but when the progress bar gradually increases, you can gradually unlock some things. From kissing, hugging, and lifting up to the end. After he said this, Yang Qian understood a little bit. It was the truth that the closer you are to the water, the sooner you get the moon, and the longer you fall in love, the more you fall in love. One night, Yang Qian looked at Jackie, who was curled up in a telephone booth on the corner of the street to avoid the rain, and took the initiative to ask, "Do you want to go home with me? The food at my house is pretty good, and the bedroom is also quite spacious." At 2 o'clock in the morning, he said this to a single girl. If it were in China, the girl might have called the police. But in Japan, this is not a strange thing. The girl was not frightened by Yang Qian's sudden conversation. She just looked at Yang Qian in disbelief for a few seconds, then nodded gently and said thank you. In this way, the girl disappeared at the corner of the street with Yang Qian under the umbrella held by Yang Qian. So Yang Qian also adopted a girl who was waiting for God. Looking at the long-haired girl, who was washing dishes in the kitchen, Yang Qian felt that he was really lucky. Her name is Nana Ogura. Because her father was drunk and had a car accident, her mother sold the house and ran away after paying the money. She was alone on the street. Yang Qian was very sympathetic to her experience, but for Yang Qian himself, this was simply a blessing from God. Before Yang Qian decided to take in the girl who was waiting for God, her friends had already told her that most of the girls who were waiting for God were actually bad girls who ran away from home during their rebellious period. Since they are bad girls, they will have some problems more or less. It is said that some even store salt and drink alcohol. But Yang Qian is lucky. After Yang Qian spent a week with her, Nana didn't have any bad habits, and there was no problem with her personality. Yang Qian didn't ask her for anything. But every day when Yang Qian got home from get-off work, he could smell the delicious food when he opened the door. After dinner, she would take the initiative to wash the dishes and clean the house while Yang Qian was at work. If the housekeeping could do this, it would definitely be a big expense for a month. Now Yang Qian only needs to provide her with food and accommodation. In order to improve his favorability towards Yang Qian as soon as possible, Yang Qian also played the role of an older brother as much as possible this week, taking him shopping for clothes, telling him all kinds of interesting things to make her happy. And Yang Qian thought he did a good job in this regard. As for the relationship between Yang Qian and him, although it was indeed getting better, it felt like they were just familiar with each other, and there was no warming up in the relationship. The biggest change was that he no longer deliberately called Yang Qian Jingyu, and he would also start to share some things he found interesting with Yang Qian. But just when Yang Qian thought that the relationship between him would develop slowly, the opportunity to quickly heat up the relationship came. That day, after Nana finished taking a shower, Yang Qian went into the bathroom and wanted to take another shower. Just when Yang Qian was about to take off his clothes, he noticed the small piece of cloth on the top of the dirty clothes basket. You can tell that it is a pair of underwear without looking closely, but why are his underwear here? Yang Qian does not have any perverted habits, but because he took him in with some impure purpose in the beginning, he still observes him from time to time. It has been 2 weeks since the day Yang Qian took him in, and Yang Qian has seen all his underwear on the balcony, but it has only appeared on the balcony. Every time he takes a shower, he will change it and wash it. This is the first time it has appeared outside the balcony. Yang Qian's mind immediately became active, and he left the underwear in the dirty clothes basket, and it was in such a conspicuous place. Is there any intention, or did he simply forget? Driven by curiosity, he gently picked up the underwear with the bare pattern, and a closer look made him even more excited. There was a small pool of slippery liquid at the bottom of the underwear. As an adult, Yang Qian naturally knew what it was. Although Nana has not yet fully developed, she has entered her prime, and it is normal to have thoughts and needs in that regard. But leaving a pair of underwear with such marks in an inconspicuous place, but looking at his meaning, Yang Qian was a little unsure. Yang Qian certainly couldn't ask him directly about this kind of thing, but Yang Qian thought of a way. After taking a shower, Yang Qian not only washed his own underwear, but also washed his underwear together, wanting to see how she would react. Sure enough, after Yang Qian hung both pairs of underwear on the balcony, his face was already red as he sat on the sofa. Apart from that, he didn't say anything else, which made Yang Qian a little excited. Although he didn't know what the underwear meant, it at least showed that he didn't have much aversion to Yang Qian touching his underwear. The next day, when Yang Qian got home from work, he had already collected the underwear on the balcony. This also made Yang Qian a little uneasy. He didn't know what he thought of him now. For Yang Qian himself, as long as he could come up in the end, it didn't matter even if the process took a little longer. But for this kind of thing, it would be best to do it earlier. And 3 days later, Yang Qian got the answer. The little bare underwear appeared in the dirty clothes basket again, and there was also slippery liquid on it. Yang Qian couldn't be sure that he was hinting at himself, but at least it showed that he now had a certain trust in himself. Yang Qian washed his underwear again, and they also had a tacit understanding, and no one took the initiative to tell the other about this matter. But in the days that followed, Yang Qian found that his vigilance against him seemed to be getting looser and looser. Not only was it dirty, but there were more and more styles of underwear in the clothes basket. Sometimes she would even wear something very refreshing in front of Yang Qian. After taking a shower, she would only wear a loose t-shirt. As long as she made a big move, she could glimpse some scenery from the cuffs. Sometimes, Yang Qian felt that she seemed to be tempting him. She wanted to repay him with her body because she had no money. During this period, the role of the big brother was very good, which made her moved. But speculation was speculation, and Yang Qian did not dare to take any substantial action. He did not dare to ask him why, let alone take any action directly. After all, their relationship was actually as fragile as a blank sheet of paper, without any blood ties, and she did not have to be with him. He was worried that his too hasty actions would make her feel disgusted, and their relationship could be destroyed at any time. She could return to the streets to be a god, but the girl was waiting for the next kind-hearted person to take her in. Yang Qian knew that he only had one chance, so he had to kill with one blow. Yang Qian and him maintained this kind of relationship for more than a month. Nana fell ill that day, and Yang Qian said that he would take her to the hospital. After all, she had a high fever of 38.5 degrees. Coughing and weak, Nana still shook her head, and said that she had taken medicine, and should be fine tomorrow after a good sleep. Sorry to make you worry about me. He stubbornly refused to go to the hospital, and Yang Qian had no choice but to change the wet towel on his forehead. If you feel something is wrong or uncomfortable, just tell me not to sleep with the door closed today. Yang Qian got up and wanted to go out to let her sleep well. It can be seen that when he was about to leave, he held Yang Qian's wrist with his hand. Yang Qian looked back at her, only to see a slight blush on his haggard face. Although it is a bit embarrassing, can you please wipe my back for me? I can't reach it myself. It may be because of the sweat on my body. I always feel sticky and uncomfortable. Using cold water to wipe the body can cool down physically, and it can also have some physical contact with her, so Yang Qian naturally would not refuse. When Yang Qian got the cold water and returned to his room, he had already forced himself to sit up from the bed, and had taken off his shirt, revealing his smooth and flawless back. Yang Qian could feel his breathing getting heavier. Although Yang Qian and her have been maintaining a certain ambiguity for some time, this is the first time for physical contact like this. At this moment, she was sitting on the bed in a duck-like manner. Although the front was covered with a t-shirt, her slightly bulging roundness could still be seen from behind. If she wasn't sick now. Yang Qian really didn't dare to guarantee that he could control himself. After adjusting his thoughts a little, Yang Qian slowly picked up the towel and put it on her back. Well, perhaps because of the sudden coldness, she couldn't help but hum, and this sound was simply a huge torture and temptation for Yang Qian. If it weren't for the thought of having a full meal in the future, Yang Qian really wanted to take advantage of this moment to do something worse than an animal. Because those are small, the whole back was wiped in a short while. As expected of a girl in her prime, Yang Qian could feel the tenderness and elasticity of her skin even through the towel, and the wonderful touch made her unable to stop. Is it just the back? If you don't feel strong enough, I'll wipe other parts for you. Yang Qian asked him boldly. She seemed a little entangled, but after hesitating for a while, she nodded slightly. Then I'll leave it to you. Yang Qian was immediately excited. He didn't expect that he would agree. Yang Qian immediately wiped him gently. After a while, both arms and the gaps between the fingers were wiped, and now only the front was left. But Yang Qian was a little entangled. Although he just agreed to help him continue to wipe, the front was an important part after all, and he didn't know if it was within his permission. What if he didn't allow him to wipe it rashly? It would be bad. But just as Yang Qian was entangled, he slowly put down the clothes in front. Yang Qian naturally knew what this meant, and his heartbeat quickened, even the hand holding the towel was shaking. Yang Qian slowly moved his hand from behind him to the front and placed it on his lower abdomen. At the moment the towel was placed on him, she could feel her whole body tense up, and it seemed that he was also a little nervous. Yang Qian's hand kept moving upwards as he wiped, and finally touched the target area, which was even larger than he had imagined. Even through the towel, he could feel the soft touch and the protrusion at the front. His breathing became heavier, and he seemed to be forcibly enduring not to make any sound. In order to make himself look like someone who took advantage of someone's misfortune, although he was a little reluctant, Yang Qian did not stay for too long and took his hand away. Besides, it was his own rest. Now Yang also needed to calm down alone, otherwise he really couldn't guarantee what he would do. Although it was his own room, Yang Qian couldn't fall asleep. He kept thinking about the touch of his hand at that time, and his mood also flooded. Since he didn't mind even touching that part, does that mean the time has become ripe? Perhaps the medicine worked. The temperature dropped to 37 degrees the next morning, and he was completely cured 2 days later, but Yang Qian was a little depressed. Neither of them mentioned what happened that day, and their relationship was still like before he got sick, seemingly ambiguous, but not. Yang Qian originally thought that there would be further progress, but he didn't expect it to stop here. After thinking about it carefully, Yang Qian finally made up his mind. Since he was in a deadlock, he would break it. After all, He didn't mind having that kind of intimate contact with him, so it should be possible to go further. Taking advantage of the weekend, Yang Qian took him to the hot spring hotel in the name of going out to play. The hotel alone takes 3 or 4 hours by car. They left at noon, and after deducting the time, it was almost impossible to go back at night. But unexpectedly, Yang Qian originally wanted to take it step by step, but because he didn't investigate in advance, he was directly put on the fire by the waiter. "Hello sir, do you want to soak in the hot springs alone or stay here? Our room also has its own hot spring pool. If you stay here, you can enjoy the private hot spring pool." Because he had not thought about going back, Yang Qian naturally chose to stay in the hotel, which required a room. This question made Yang Qian a little embarrassed. "It would be enough for us to open one room, otherwise it would be a waste of money." While Yang Qian was struggling, he took the initiative to bring it up. Since he took the initiative to say it, Yang Qian naturally had no reason to refuse. He immediately opened a room. The room was on the first floor. When he opened the back door of the room, there was an open-air hot spring pool that had been filled with water. After putting away his backpack, Yang Qian changed into swimming trunks and walked into the hot spring pool first. After about a few minutes, the sound of the back door being pushed open came again. Yang Qian knew that Nana had come, but now they were just taking a hot spring bath, and it was not time for them to sleep in the same bed together, as he had planned, so he was not too excited. But when Nana went into the water, Yang Qian was not calm. He was not wearing anything, just a small towel to cover the important parts, and went directly into the water. This scene made Yang Qian's eyes straight, but more of it was shock. His bold move was beyond Yang Qian's expectations, and even some of his character collapsed. And he seemed to have noticed the surprise in Yang Qian's eyes, and hurriedly explained to Yang Qian, with a red face, that all the gangsters were like this. When she said this, Yang Qian suddenly reacted. When he watched Japanese comics before, it seemed that some works did mention that mixed bathing in Japan did not wear clothes. However, shock and elimination of lust occupied his mind. Because it was just a piece of hairy leg of ordinary size, it could not cover too much. It can be said that most of his skin was exposed to Yang Qian's sight. Although he had had close contact last time, this was the first time he saw her body so directly. At his age, his figure is not particularly good, and his development can only be said to be average. But at this age, he has the advantage of youth. Whether it is the slightly fleshy, carrot-like legs, the skin as white as jade branches, or the belly with almost no fat, all of them are tempting Yang Qian's deepest desires. "Please don't stare at me like this, I will be a little shy," he said with a blushing face. But having said that, he just turned his head away, not daring to look Yang Qian in the eye, and did not press down the towel to cover more parts. Thinking of the contact that day, Yang Qian couldn't help it anymore, so he slowly moved to her in the water. Facing Yang Qian's approach, she didn't dodge, but just closed her eyes in a bit of confusion. This was a great opportunity for Yang Qian. Yang Qian approached her and kissed her soft lips gently. His body trembled obviously, but he didn't push Yang Qian away. Obviously, Yang Qian made the right bet. The girl also developed feelings for Yang Qian during their time together, and now she completely accepted Yang Qian. As Yang Qian gently pried open the shark fin, he began to respond to Yang Qian with his clove tongue, and Yang Qian's hand began to become dishonest. When Yang Qian reached down, he felt the slippery liquid again. "Is it okay? If it's you, brother, then there's absolutely no problem." Yang Qian was like a soldier inspired by the general, and he couldn't control himself anymore and pressed on her. This was the first time Yang Qian did this with a Japanese girl, and it was also the first time in his life that he did it in an open-air environment. More than 2 months ago, Yang Qian took him in with the idea of finding a long-term female companion, and today, Yang Qian's ultimate goal was finally achieved. That kind of thing seemed to be addictive. That day, they did it 5 times in the hotel, and even more after returning home, as if they were already a married couple. Yang Qian went out to earn money to support the family every day, and she was like a gentle and virtuous wife, tidying up the house every day, and then preparing delicious meals for Yang Qian to come back from work. After dinner, Yang Qian helped her clean up the dishes, and then they picked a movie to watch on the sofa together. Sometimes the movie was not over yet, and they had already entered the great harmony of life. And Yang Qian and her had never had any disputes. No matter what the matter was, he might give Yang Qian advice, but in the end he would definitely follow Yang Qian's ideas. This kind of life also gave Yang Qian an idea. Yang Qian wanted to marry her. He had been in Yang Qian's house for more than half a year, and today was her 18th birthday. In Japan, as long as you are 18 years old, you can legally register for marriage. For today, Yang Qian had prepared the engagement ring a week ago. In the morning, after arriving at the company and finishing all the things, Yang Qian asked for leave from the company and wanted to rush back to give her a surprise. When he arrived at the door of his house, Yang Qian straightened his suit again, and then took out the key to open the door. But as soon as Yang Qian opened the door, he heard hurried footsteps, and then heard the sound of the door being slammed shut. "Nana, what's wrong?" Yang Qian hurried to his door and knocked, and asked, "Wait a minute. I have something to do now, you must not come in." His tone was full of panic and anxiety, which also made Yang Qian suspicious. In Yang Qian's mind, there should be no secrets between Yang Qian and him. But his abnormal behavior now made Yang Qian feel that he was hiding something from Yang Qian. "What happened to Nana? Tell me what's going on. Don't worry about it. Just don't come in." Yang Qian was stunned. This was the first time he yelled at Yang Qian like this. Yang Qian's heart sank. What on earth made him treat him like this? In this case, Yang Qian simply ignored his words, took out the spare key of his room and opened the door directly. Yang Qian pushed the door open. Both Yang Qian and he were stunned. A piece of the ceiling in his room was removed, and he was standing on a chair at the moment, holding a bag of flour-like thing in his hand. It seemed that he wanted to hide the thing on the ceiling and then buckle it up to disguise it. Although he was not sure, based on common sense and experience, it should be a bag of drugs. His expression was full of astonishment and shock. Obviously, he didn't expect Yang Qian to use the spare key to open the door and come in. What Yang Qian didn't expect was that after a brief moment of daze, his expression changed from panic to a sneer. "Brother, didn't I tell you not to come in? Originally, nothing would happen if you didn't come in. Now, our relationship can no longer be maintained." His words also brought Yang Qian back to his senses. "What kind of K-powder is that in your hand? Since you have seen it, it must be useless for me to pretend to be stupid." "Yes, this is K-powder." He admitted it very directly, which made Yang Qian very incredible. Yang Qian didn't understand why the good girl suddenly became a woman who was involved in drugs. Although Yang Qian was reluctant to believe it, the facts were in front of him. According to common sense, the big bag in his hand alone was completely beyond the normal amount of drug intake, which means that she was probably selling drugs. Yang Qian really couldn't understand why he did this. "Why did you sell drugs? Is it because you are short of money? If you are short of money, you can tell me. Do you know that this is a matter of losing your head?" Yang Qian asked him a little irrationally. Yang Qian really couldn't accept that the girl he was going to propose to was actually a drug dealer. He laughed contemptuously and said to you, "Don't be funny, do you think your salary is enough for anything, and I have never lacked money. I said you are not stupid enough to think that I want to build a beautiful future with you, and I want to make more money to live a good life with you, so I sell drugs. If you really think so, then my evaluation of you is only 2 words, idiot. I have never loved you, and I don't have any feelings for you. I am with you just to distribute drugs better. His words stunned Yang Qian. In other words, before he met Yang Qian, he was already a drug dealer. Perhaps seeing Yang Qian's dazed look, she didn't hide it anymore, but confronted Yang Qian. She was not a girl who was treated like a god at all. What her father had a car accident due to drunk driving and her mother ran away with the money were just made-up excuses. Even the cute-sounding name of Nana Ogura is not his real name. He disguised himself as a girl waiting for God and let someone take him in order to sell drugs to drug addicts more safely. As for pretending to be a good girl and having a relationship with Yang Qian, the purpose is even simpler, just to make Yang Qian trust him more, so that he can provide her with a long-term and stable problem. After all, as long as no one reports it, the police will hardly suspect a legal citizen, and if the police find this place through those drug addicts, as long as she can escape alone, there will be no problem. After all, when renting a house, only Yang Qian's own information was registered, and she has been living with Yang Qian with a fake identity, so there is no need to worry that Yang Qian will betray him, and she may even be able to put the hat on Yang Qian's head. He has figured out Yang Qian's work and commuting time. When he goes to work, he will take the goods from the online and hide them at home. Then if a drug addict wants to buy drugs, he will pretend to come to his house to buy. Hearing him say this, Yang Qian finally understood what was going on. The so-called high-end hunters often appear in the form of prey. Yang Qian always thought that the person with impure motives between them was himself, but he didn't expect that he had calculated himself early on. No wonder Yang Qian always felt that the relationship between them was caused by his intentional or unintentional seduction. Yang Qian is not a good person, but after all, he grew up in China since he was a child. He lives in an environment with zero tolerance for drugs. The idea that everyone is responsible for combating drug trafficking has long been deeply rooted in his mind. What's more, he trampled on their feelings like this. I will call the police now. Yang Qian immediately took out his mobile phone and wanted to expose his evil deeds. A crisp click made Yang Qian's movements pause. The sound of bullets being loaded, Yang Qian had heard it countless times in the game. He took out a very small women's pistol from behind, loaded it, and pointed the black muzzle at himself. I advise you not to act rashly. Although it is a small caliber pistol, it is still no problem to take your life directly at such a close distance. He said coldly. Yang Qian never thought that the once gentle and lovely Nana Ogura would become like this. Yang Qian had to put down his phone. Faced with the choice between life and death, Yang Qian had no other choice. This is the right way. You just listen to us, it will be good for all of us. After that, you just need to follow your original lifestyle and go to work every day. But I remind you, don't think about finding a chance to call the police or something. Your new colleague Azawa number 2 is our spy. By the way, we have also installed a monitoring system on your phone. Whether you make a call or send a text message, we can know what you have done. If we find any abnormal behavior from you, we will take action at any time. Yang Qian widened his eyes. He didn't expect that the boy Hao was also one of theirs. He had never thought about it in this regard before. Now that he thinks about it, he did enter the company a few days after he came to Yang Qianjia. In order to better sell drugs, they actually did this. Probably because he was worried that Yang Qian would call the police, he moved into Yang Qian's room that night and slept with Yang Qian. Because even the mobile phone was monitored, Yang Qian had no way to deal with the anger. And calling the police was obviously not feasible, so it seemed that he could only look for an opportunity on the way to work. But what Yang Qian didn't expect was that the next day, Yang Qian had just opened the door, and Uncle Xiaozi Hao was already standing at the door waiting for Yang Qian to go to work. As he said that, he walked over and hugged Yang Qian's shoulders. I hope you are a sensible person. As long as you cooperate with us, nothing will happen to us. But if you insist on making trouble, then I don't mind stabbing a few holes in your body with a knife. On the way there, he leaned into Yang Qian's ear and whispered, and then poked Yang Qian's back with something. Yang Qian was a little desperate. Whether he was going to work or getting off work, Xiao Zihao had been following Yang Qian, and he was always watching Yang Qian's every move in the company. After returning home, although Xiao Cao Nainai did not stick to Yang Qian all the time, Yang Qian had no way to call the police at home. As long as Yang Qian went out, he would stick to Yang Qian as his girlfriend. It can be said that Yang Qian had no chance to call the police at all, and Yang Qian and his identity were completely reversed. Before Yang Qian knew his true face, he had always played the role of a well-behaved and obedient sister, as if Yang Qian was the head of the family. Now that the matter has been exposed, he no longer pretends. Yang Qian never saw the little girl's reaction of blushing because of shyness on his face again, and never saw his gentle smile again. Now he looks at Yang Qian with cold eyes and a playful smile, as if he is mocking Yang Qian like a fool. Under such high pressure of surveillance, Yang Qian can no longer bear it. Yang Qian knows that even if there is little hope, Yang Qian must resist. In fact, even if his current behavior was forced, he was helping them with drug trafficking. Unless Yang Qian could find an opportunity to call the police, if the police took the initiative to find and arrest them, Yang Qian would definitely be accused of assisting drug trafficking. Even as he said, as long as he could escape at that time, he could completely put all the responsibility on his head, so he felt that he couldn't go on like this. In terms of body size alone, Azoa Hao is much better than Yang Qianjian said, and Ogura Nana has a gun, so it is unwise to run away directly or resist head-on. The safest way is to take advantage of Ogura Nana's relaxed defense at night, suddenly subdue him, and then escape. After roughly planning, Yang Qian began to implement Yang Qian's actions. At night, Nana Ogura slept in Yang Qian's room as usual, but now he slept on the bed, while Yang Qian slept on the tatami. After giving himself a sigh of relief, Yang Qian stood up and walked to the bed, hugged him directly, and started to touch him. Perhaps he was frightened by Yang Qian's sudden action. He struggled and cursed at Yang Qian, "You stupid dog, what do you want to do to me? Let me go quickly, believe it or not, I will shoot you." Yang Qian's hand did not stop. "No, we haven't done that kind of thing for more than a week. I am a man and I need to vent normally. I have already obediently not called the police, and have been providing you with a place to sell drugs. Just let me vent." I don't know if it was to appease Zhu Yang Qian or for something else. Anyway, after Yang Qian finished speaking, he did not resist anymore, but just smiled contemptuously. "If I say this, then it's up to you. Considering that you are such a stupid dog, I will let you play with it for a while." As he spoke, he lay quietly on the bed like a doll, letting Yang Qian play with him. Yang Qian also got straight to the point. After a brief transition, Yang Qian started to push back like crazy. It was as if he wanted to return all the yamen runners of these days to him. And the expression on his face slowly changed from contempt at the beginning to enjoyment. This was exactly the effect Yang Qian wanted. Even though Yang Qian had already ejaculated once and entered the sage period, Yang Qian still didn't dare to stop for a moment, and still forced himself to move Yang Qian, and he had to make him enter a state where he had no reaction and strength for the time being. And he finally screamed louder and louder, and then hugged Yang Qian's waist tightly, and his nails scratched several marks on Yang Qian's back deeply. Finally, after a twitch, he suddenly relaxed and collapsed on the bed. This was the effect Yang Qian wanted. Looking at him panting, Yang Qian used all his strength and punched him in the face, then rolled over and fell to the ground, grabbed the clothes he had taken off and ran out without bothering to put them on. When Yang Qian ran to the front door, he heard his curses from the bedroom. Obviously, he also understood Yang Qian's intention. Yang Qian knew that he was a little exhausted now, But he still didn't dare to stop for a moment and rushed out directly. Yang Qian didn't know if there were any of their people lying in ambush nearby. In order to avoid being caught again, he could only run wildly. He didn't even bother to put on his pants. He just put on a t-shirt while running. If he was caught again, he couldn't imagine what would happen. Because he didn't know if there were any corrupt policemen in the Metropolitan Police Department who were bribed by them, Yang Qian chose to run directly in the direction of the embassy. He knew that he was running wildly on the street with his lower body exposed, which was very embarrassing. Maybe he would be considered mentally ill, but he didn't care about that anymore. After running a long way, Yang Qian noticed a taxi waiting for passengers parked on the side of the road. Yang Qian didn't care about that anymore, and just opened the door and rushed in. Perhaps because he saw that he was a little crazy, under Yang Qian's threat, the driver still took him to the embassy. After Yang Qian stepped into the embassy, he realized that his feet had been worn out from running for a long time. Now every step he took would leave a bloody footprint, but he didn't feel any pain. He told the embassy everything. The embassy staff also took the matter very seriously. The next day, they arranged for police officers to escort Yang Qian to the plane back home. After returning to China, Yang Qian immediately resigned from his job. He no longer wanted to be sent to work in Japan, nor did he want to have anything to do with his current company. Because it involves imprisonment and drug trafficking, the country also attaches great importance to this matter. It is said that the Metropolitan Police Department of Japan also investigated the whereabouts of Nana Ogura and others, but as Nana Ogura said, she had been using a fake identity when she was with Yang Qian. Even if Yang Qian reported it, she did not have much useful information. Until now, it has been more than a year since Yang Qian returned to China.